Hello, dear soul. The angels have asked me to bring a special message to you today. Something you need to hear with an open heart. The time has come to discover the whole truth about your loved one's spirituality. Reveals that energies are changing. And this message is crucial for your understanding. What you are about to know will shock you, but it will also bring the clarity you have been seeking. Prepare yourself, for this is a message from the angels, sent directly to you to illuminate your path. The angels are around you now, enveloping you in a gentle and welcoming light, because what they are going to tell you may deeply affect your emotions. You have already felt in your heart that something in the relationship with your loved one has changed. Perhaps it is a feeling you cannot fully explain, but that from time to time arises as a persistent doubt. An inner voice trying to alert you, and now it is time to pay attention. Before continuing the message, write in the comments, I claim it. Now continuing the message, the truth, my dear soul, is that the angels have been observing your connection with this person for a long time. They see what your heart desires, know your deepest dreams, and also the insecurities that arise in your loneliest moments. And today they have decided to share with you what is really happening in the life of your loved one and how it affects your relationship. What is about to be revealed may surprise you, but remember that the angels always speak with love and for your growth. The truth that is coming to light is not to hurt you, but to set you free. They want you to know that your loved one has been going through internal challenges, struggles that you may not have fully noticed. These difficulties have created barriers in their heart, barriers that, in many moments, have prevented them from fully showing what they feel for you. This person, to whom you have dedicated so much love, also carries emotional burdens that make them hesitate. The angels say it is as if they are in a battle between what they want and what they fear, between the love they feel and the hurts they carry. This is not your fault, and spirituality wants you to understand this clearly. There is nothing wrong with you. Sometimes the person we love cannot give us what we desire, but the angels are clear. The truth needs to come out. Now they are asking you to look beyond this person's words, to perceive what is hidden between the lines and the attitudes and the silences. There is something that spirituality needs you to understand. This person is being called to a great moment of transformation, but for this to happen, both of you will need to face this phase with courage and truth. Spirituality does not want you to live in illusions, and that is why they are revealing this truth today, so that you can clearly see the path that opens before you. Your spiritual guides whisper that this person has often felt suffocated by old fears, by insecurities that have not been healed. They show that they carry regrets, and as much as they try to hide it, their heart is still trapped in things from the past that prevent the future from flourishing with you. The angels tell you that this person feels divided, and that is why you often feel that the relationship is a roller coaster of emotions. What you feel is not imagination. There is an internal struggle happening within this person, and it directly affects your connection. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments 1111 to claim it. But do not think that the angels bring only difficult news. They want you to know that there is hope. This moment of truth is the first step towards deep healing, both for you and for your loved one. From here, everything can change, but it is necessary for you to remain strong and open to what is to come. Spirituality supports you in every step of this journey, and they are asking you to trust the process. Even if the truth seems heavy for now, this is the first revelation the angels bring today. The truth about your loved one's internal conflicts. You now know the weight they carry, and the angels invite you to reflect. Are you willing to continue on this path of healing, to support this person in their journey of transformation? Because, dear soul, what will come next will require patience and understanding, but also a strong commitment to truth without illusions. The angels want you to know that everything that happens at this moment has a greater purpose. You are not alone in this process, and the transformation that is about to happen is something the angels have already carefully prepared for you and this person. The path of truth is not always easy, but it is necessary for a new phase to begin. The angels show that changes are on the horizon. These changes may be subtle, at first almost imperceptible, but over time they will become increasingly clear. Like a light that grows until it completely illuminates the path ahead, they want you to know that the moment of transition is near. And it will be decisive for the future of your relationship. The loved one is going through a period of great learning. It may sometimes seem like they are distancing themselves, but in reality, what is happening is an internal reevaluation. They are being led to confront aspects of life that they have been avoiding for a long time. This may cause some discomfort both for them and for you, but it is something that needs to happen. The transformation they are experiencing is not only emotional, it is also spiritual. The angels whisper that the universe is guiding this person to a breaking point where they will have to decide between remaining trapped in their old fears and patterns or embracing a new path of growth. And here is the key point: you are part of this new path. Your presence in this person's life is fundamental for this change. The love you offer is the foundation they need. Even if at times they do not seem to recognize it, spirituality is working in your favor, connecting the pieces of this story in such a way that soon everything will be clear. However, it is important for you to understand that you cannot force this transformation. The angels ask you for patience and wisdom at this moment. The transformation, both in their life and in yours, needs to happen at the right time. There are no shortcuts. When it comes to spiritual and emotional growth, this person needs to face their own challenges and learn the lessons the universe is placing in their path. You can be an essential support, but they also need to walk this path by themselves. The angels see your heart, and they know that what you most desire is harmony, true union, where love flows without barriers. They want you to know that this possibility exists, but it requires both of you to be ready to let go of what no longer serves. As the loved one goes through this phase of introspection and confrontation with their shadows, you are also being called to strengthen yourself. It is not just about waiting for them to change. The angels ask you to look within yourself and reflect on what you also need to transform before continuing the message. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, take the opportunity to subscribe. This helps us continue creating meaningful content for you. Continuing the message. This is where true connection with the divine lies. Your own evolution is linked to the evolution of this relationship. As this person approaches a moment of clarity, you are also being led to a new phase of consciousness. You are stronger than you imagine, and the angels want to remind you of this. They say that true love is never static. It is always in motion, always changing, always challenging us to be better. And now you are being called to grow alongside this person. The coming weeks will be crucial. During this period, you may notice unexpected behaviors from your loved one. They may become more reserved, or on the contrary, seek you out in unexpected ways. Seeking the comfort that only your love can offer, the angels ask you to be attentive. Not everything is as it seems at first glance. Instead of reacting impulsively, try to observe with your heart, understanding that what is at stake is much greater than the small actions or words that may arise in daily life. This is a time to nurture patience and trust. Trust in the angels in the process, and especially in yourself. Even if at times you feel like you do not have all the answers, the angels remind you that this is part of the journey. There is no way to control all aspects of the situation, but you can control how you choose to react and how you decide to grow in the face of challenges. This transformation will not only be of the loved one, but also of your own soul. The angels ask you not to fear what is to come, for this is an opportunity for both of you to connect on a deeper level. once this phase of transition passes. You will see that everything that seemed uncertain will begin to align, the path will become clearer. And you will be ready to move forward with a new perspective, stronger and more connected. The angels want you to know that even in moments of silence or distance, spirituality is working for the greater good. Both of you trust that what is being revealed now is necessary. This truth, no matter how shocking it may be, brings with it the promise of renewal. And this renewal, dear soul, may be the beginning of a new cycle of love and understanding between you. You begin to realize that there is more at stake than just the apparent issues between you and your loved one. What the angels want you to understand now is that every relationship is a mirror. A reflection not only of what is seen, but also of what is hidden in the deepest layers of the soul. And what is hidden in this relationship needs to be brought to light. The angels say that there is something the loved one has not yet been able to fully reveal. Perhaps you have already noticed signs. A veiled resistance to sharing their most intimate emotions. This may have left you with doubts, or even a sense of emotional distance. But know that this resistance is not just about you. It is directly linked to the oldest and most ingrained fears that this person carries. They are wounds that time has not healed, and therefore have created walls that are sometimes difficult to tear down. The truth the angels want you to know is that this person holds a secret in their heart. Something they feel could completely change the dynamics between you. This secret does not necessarily involve lies or betrayals, but rather emotions and experiences they are afraid to share. The angels show that this person feels that if they were completely vulnerable, they might be misunderstood or even rejected. Therefore, they protect themselves in silence. However, the angels ask you not to rush to conclusions. They warn you not to draw conclusions based on fear or insecurity. What this person hides is not a deliberate choice to hurt you, but an attempt to protect themselves from their own pains. Spirituality wants you to understand that the fear of rejection is one of the deepest obstacles this person faces. And it is also the greatest impediment to the truth coming to light. But here is the important part. This truth will emerge, and when it does, it may surprise you. It will reveal facets of this person that you may not have considered bringing to the surface, parts of their life that they have kept hidden for too long. This revelation will be a test of trust both for them and for you. How you react to this truth will be decisive for your future together. Spirituality asks you to be ready to deal with these revelations with empathy. Even if what you discover is unexpected or difficult, the angels remind you that true love is one that welcomes, understands, and forgives. It does not mean that you should ignore what is to come, but rather that you are being called to deal with it consciously, without letting pain overshadow your ability to see the bigger picture. And speaking of the bigger picture, the angels show you that this revelation also brings with it the possibility of healing. For the love between you to fully flourish, it is necessary for everything to be brought to the surface. Secrets, no matter how well kept, create barriers. And barriers prevent love from flowing freely. This truth that will be revealed has the potential to free both you and your loved one, allowing you to come closer in a more authentic way. The healing promised by the angels will not happen overnight. It requires both of you to face your fears and be willing to work together to build a more solid and transparent foundation. This is the moment of clarity, the point where everything that was hidden needs to be seen, understood, and finally released. The angels are by your side, guiding each step so that you can go through this phase with wisdom and an open heart. This person, who often seems hesitant, is on the verge of a great awakening. The angels show that they also feel the need to open up, but something holds them back. The fear of losing you. It is as if deep down they believe that by revealing their vulnerabilities and truths, you might see them in a different way, a way that may not be as idealized. This fear is powerful, and the angels ask you to understand it before making any decisions. But you, dear soul, also have your role in this process. The angels say that while this person is afraid of being rejected, you may also be protecting yourself from seeing what is truly before you. Sometimes the truth can be uncomfortable, but it is essential for the evolution of the relationship. Spirituality invites you not to hide from the truth that is coming to light, but to face it head-on with courage and discernment. And here is a very important message. Do not be afraid of change. The revelation of this truth may seem frightening, but it is necessary for the relationship to strengthen. Sometimes what seems like a shock at first is actually the catalyst for deeper and more authentic love. The angels assure you that this change, no matter how difficult it may seem now, is what will allow love to flourish in a way you may never have experienced before. This transformation that is about to happen is inevitable, and the angels are asking you to be prepared. They want you to know that no matter how challenging it is, you have the strength needed to go through this phase and come out stronger on the other side. What is being revealed now is a gift. Now, with the truth about to emerge, the angels reveal to you that you are on the verge of a decisive moment. The time has come to choose. Spirituality places you at a crossroads, where both you and your loved one will be called to make choices that will shape the future of this relationship. These are not simple choices, as they involve not only the present, but also what you wish to build from now on. The angels whisper that the loved one is facing a deep internal conflict. On one hand, they feel the desire to free themselves from the weight they carry, to show who they really are without the masks they use to hide their weaknesses. On the other, there is the persistent fear that by doing so, they might lose something precious. The fear of losing your love has been an anchor in this person's life, holding them in a place of stagnation where they cannot move forward or backward. They are caught between the past that haunts them and the future that scares them. But spirituality is clear. There is no more room for indecision. The universe is asking for action, and this action involves both the loved one and you. The angels want you to understand that often we remain in uncertain situations because we are afraid to make decisions that might distance us from the people or circumstances we know. However, true healing, true rebirth can only happen when we accept that some changes are inevitable, and more than that, they are necessary for our growth. At this moment, spirituality asks you to question yourself. What do you really want from this relationship? Are you willing to walk alongside this person, helping them heal and grow? Or do you feel that maybe it is time to move on? Seeking a new phase for your own life, the angels remind you that whatever the decision, it must come from appeal. Do not let the fear of the unknown paralyze you. Change is coming, and you need to be prepared for it. The loved one, in turn, will also be faced with a choice. They will have to decide if they are ready to confront their own demons and leave behind what prevents them from being fully happy with you. The angels show that this person has more feelings for you than they often manage to show. However, feelings are not enough to sustain a relationship if they are not accompanied by concrete actions. And now more than ever, spirituality demands action, but the angels bring a message of hope. They say that despite the difficulties, rebirth is possible. What you have together can be renewed, transformed into something even stronger and more true, if both of you are willing to face. The choice, however, is not just about the future of the relationship, but also about how you see yourselves within it. Are both of you ready to leave behind old wounds, insecurities, and fears? That also needs to be released. What repeated patterns are you willing to abandon? And perceive what needs to be healed in your own soul, so that you are truly ready for what is to come. This moment of choice is not just about the relationship itself, but also about your individual journey. For the difficulties you have faced so far, forgiveness is the key that opens the door to a new beginning.